go where the stakes are high.
Hey YouTube, this is Jeff, aka 101 Bronson, back here today with the next entry into our Sergio Corbucci ranking slash review series of his movies, of his spaghetti westerns to be more specific. And this is review number 11, at least in the ranking. This is number 11. We already did numbers 13 and 12, so we're counting down from 13 to 1. And today's movie is Massacre at Grande Canyon, otherwise known as Canyon Grande Massacre, as well as a bunch of other titles. This is the first movie directed by Sergio Corbucci in his spaghetti western filmography, and although it is somewhat debatable if he actually directed the full movie or not. He's co-credited with Albert Band, who was the producer of the movie. He's credited, but on the print, it's actually Stanley Corbett who was credited as the director, which was the pseudonym for Sergio Corbucci. So according to the movie, he directed it. It is credited to him, so we count it. Even though Sergio Corbucci stated he only directed a handful of scenes. We will never know, whether it's true or not. It is a very early one for sure. One can tell, his Corbucci style is definitely not there yet. It's not. This isn't Django or The Great Silence or The Mercenary for that matter. It's none of those. It's definitely more American feeling, more tame compared to, especially in terms of Corbucci compared to his other movies. But anyway, it's a Corbucci movie. We'll count it. So, and it's higher ranking than What Am I Doing in the Middle of a Revolution and The White, the Yellow, and the Black. So at least, even if he directed it or not, he says he only directed a few scenes, like I said. It's counted, and it's ranking higher than two of his latest westerns, of his last westerns, I should say. So it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It's a fun movie. Anyway, let's get into the plot, and yeah, we'll do that right now. The movie's story is classic western stuff. A young man called Wes Evans, played by James Mitchum, son of Robert Mitchum, by the way, returns to his hometown after Civil War. He wants to marry his fiancée Nancy and settle down, but a range war has broken out between two families, and because Nancy thought that Wes was dead, she has married the oldest son of one of the warring factions. Wes offers to act as a mediator and finally manages to restore the peace in the valley, but not before a series of bloody shootouts have taken place, of course. So if you like the little synopsis, that actually I'm going to credit the review on the Spaghetti Western database, which I read this from, this review, and I copied it. So I hope you guys like the little synopsis. This is by an official Spaghetti Western fan on a official Spaghetti Western fan base website. Highly recommend for people that are getting into the genre, want to know more, and want to talk to people who are either veterans of the genre who know everything about, or even lots of people are on the Spaghetti Western database. There's a great forum, great people on there, so I want to shout them out for this video. And yeah, so it's classic Western stuff, like I said. I mean, James Mitchum, I think he does a great job in this movie, even though sometimes he looks a little bit puzzled. I think the review also said that on the SWDB, which probably he was, because of course this is a spaghetti western, so there's multiple languages in this movie. It's shot without sound. James Mitchum was probably talking to people that were speaking German and Italian and Spanish, while he was what are they saying? I only speak English. If that makes sense. So it's a fun little movie. There's quite a few little shootouts. I like the music for it. It was very American feeling. It actually had a sung theme song, like a vocal theme song, which I thought was okay. I thought it was an okay score, okay movie. Like I said, it's still not a great Sergio Corbucci western, but this is one that you can enjoy and watch. And I mean, yeah, James Mitchum as the lead, I thought was okay. It was very good. Most of the other actors in there, I don't think there's many spaghetti western regulars in it. We certainly don't have the likes of a Eduardo Friardo or a Gino Pronese, or all those people that appeared multiple times in Corbucci's movies. We don't have those in there. But like I said, it's a great little movie, great music. Yeah, it's available on DVD in this glorious Wild East double bill of two George Ardisson movies. Yeah, George Ardisson is also in this movie as one of the villains that Wes works with, in order to restore the peace. I believe he's actually the one that marries his girlfriend Nancy. So yeah, I mean, good little European cast. A few regulars if you're paying attention, but not too many. You know, like I said, the style is not there. It's more American. You can definitely tell in the shootouts. There's one cool shootout, which is probably my favorite scene in the movie. During night, on the main street, if you will, of the town, on two opposite sides and two buildings. I believe one is a saloon. I forgot what the other building is, but they're shooting, crossfire back and forth. That's a cool little shootout. I gotta say that was a pretty cool Western shootout scene. Other than that, like I said, it's a tame movie. It's not the hard hitting violence that Corbucci got known for with Django and Great Silence and etc. etc. But like I said, it's a cool movie. Early Corbucci for the curious Corbucci fans among us, or for the curious spaghetti western fans. I recommend. It's definitely worth a watch, even though it might not be the genre's best. But it's still entertaining. It's still a fun watch, and yeah, I recommend it. So I guess that pretty much concludes my views on this. Yeah, like I said, if I don't have anything bad to say about it, I think these are going to be shorter. Or even when we get to movies like The Great Silence and Django, where I do have a lot to say about it because they're so fucking great. I mean, maybe there the reviews are going to be longer. But if it's just like this, if I'm just like okay with it, don't have too many complaints, but don't have too many high points either, these reviews are going to be shorter. But yeah, to conclude, I'm going to give this movie a score 2 stars out of 5. Yeah, like I said, the previous two movies both got 1.5 stars. This one gets 2 because yeah, it is better than the other two, obviously. But it's still not great. I mean, great movie is like, for me, an average movie, a very good and entertaining one is like a 3.5 stars. That's usually my average rating for a lot of movies. 3.5 out of 5, because that's what I consider to be really good. Below that, 3 is average, then it's below average, and then it's bad, and then it's crap. When we get to half stars rating, half stars for rating. Anyway, that's my review of Sergio Corbucci's or Albert Band's. Maybe the co-directed it. For the sake of argument, we're just gonna call it Sergio Corbucci's Massacre Grande Canyon. Hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to the next review next week. I'm gonna do this every week for upcoming few weeks. For in total 13 weeks. This is, like I said, this is the 3rd week that we're doing this, and yeah, look forward to the next Sergio Corbucci movie review, which is going to be The Specialists from 1969, Gil Specialisti, starring Johnny Halliday. Hope you guys will enjoy, and yeah, there's my reason for why this one is going to be lower than most Corbucci fans would probably rank it. I believe it is one that people seem to enjoy a lot, and Corbucci's filmography they hold in high regard. I've seen a lot of people on Spaghetti Western fan pages, like on Facebook and also on the database, the SWDB, talk about it with high praise. I just don't consider it as a Corbucci classic, to be honest. I had some problems with it, but I will definitely get to that in the review. So stay tuned for that. Looking forward to that. And as always, this is 101 Bronson signing off. Wishing you all a great week. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and healthy. And yeah, we'll see each other in the next Corbucci movie review, which is going to be number 10, like I said, and that's going to be The Specialist from 1969. Until then, this has been 101 Bronson saying adios, amigos.
Johnny Halliday, Ehud.